Next problem on our curvilinear motion under normal and tangential axis. We have here a skateboarder rides down a parabolic half pipe. The profile of the half pipe is y is equal to x squared over 80m, where x is in meters. Determine the magnitude of the rider's acceleration at point A, given that the velocity at point A is 12 meters per second and the acceleration or the BA dot, which is the first derivative of velocity, that is acceleration, is 4 meters per second squared. So, paano natin isosolve yung ganitong problem? So, ang binigay sa atin, luckily, we have a path. Sabi sa atin ng problem, our path is y is equal to x squared over 80 meters. In meters ito. Then, according to the problem, our velocity is 12 meters per second. Itong acceleration na to, since siya ay first derivative ng velocity, yan ay tangential acceleration. Take note, pag yung mga keywords ng problem ay the first derivative of the velocity, sometimes yung keyword naman ng problem is the velocity is increasing by. So yung mga ganong scenario, relationship between velocity and acceleration, automatic tangential acceleration yung pinatutungkulan ng ating problem. Ano? Pagka hindi, i-mention naman niya yan na it is either the normal acceleration or the magnitude of the acceleration. So, i-indicate naman niya yon. Okay, so hopefully that's clear to us. Okay, now, sabi sa atin ng problem, determine the magnitude of the rider's acceleration at this point. Okay, where point A is 10 meters from the origin. So, x is 10 meters. So, kunin muna natin, meron na tayong velocity. So, magnitude lang naman na acceleration, kunin na natin yung ating AN para makuha natin yung A, which is A is equal to square root of AX squared plus AY, tangential na nga pala tayo, AT squared plus AN squared. Okay, sabi natin, AN, sir, is just simply B squared over rho. May velocity na tayo pero wala tayong rho. So, ang gagawin natin, we draw a tangent line. Ayan. So, ito yung tangent line natin at ang sabi nyo, may slope yan na dy over dx. So, kunin muna natin yung slope. Okay? So, our path is x squared over 80. So, our y prime is derivative with respect to x ng x squared over 80. So, that would be y prime is 2x 80 over 80 dx over dx, that is equal to 1, kaya tinatanggal natin. Okay? And our y double prime now is equivalent to derivative with respect to x ng 2x over 80. We have here y double prime is equal to 2 over 80. So, at x is equivalent to 10 meters, our y prime, our slope is 2 times 10 over 80. Kinalki pa talaga. Over 80, that is 1/4 or 0.25. And our y double prime is 2 over 80 pa rin as is. Kunin nga natin to in decimal. 0.025. So, our radius of curvature will be 1 plus our y prime ay 0.25 squared raised to 3 halves all over the absolute value of y double prime, which is 0.025, which will give us rho equivalent to 1 plus 0.25 squared times, or raised rather, to 3 halves divided by the absolute value. Since positive, huwag na natin ilagay yung absolute kapag positive. Pag negative, tanggalin lang natin yung negative. So, we have y is, or rho is 43.808 meters. May rho na tayo, so our AN is 12 meters per second squared divided by 43.808 meters, which will give us 3.2871 meters per second squared. So our magnitude of acceleration is square root of, ang haba, 4 meters per second squared ito, squared, plus our normal is 3.2871 meters per second squared. Pinapos. So our A is 4 squared plus 3.2871 squared. We have 5.1773 meters per second squared. This is the magnitude of our acceleration at this point A. Alright, so that's it for this problem. Next problem tayo, sample problem number 4. Again, we are still at the normal and tangential component of curvilinear motion. Sabi dito, when the skier reaches point A along the parabolic path as shown, he has a speed of 6 meters per second, which is increasing at 2 meters per second. Okay? Then, ang sabi dito, determine the direction of his velocity and the direction and magnitude of his acceleration at this instant. Neglect the size of the skier in the calculation. So, meron tayong dalawang tanong. Ang unang tanong sa atin ay the direction of the velocity. And the second question naman is the direction and magnitude of its acceleration. Given naman sa atin yung path, which is a parabolic path. Okay? So what will happen here is our path daw is given by y is equal to 1 over 20 x squared. So meron binigay sa ating speed, the velocity is 6 meters per second. Take note, importante alam nyo to that the speed or the velocity is always tangential. Okay? Di ba? Next, sabi dito, which is increasing at 2 meters per second squared. So, anong kayang acceleration ang pinatutungkulan? Since ang ini-increase mo ay yung ating velocity, therefore, that is tangential acceleration. 2 meters per second squared, increasing. So, for letter A, we have to determine the direction of our velocity. So, ang base na lang natin lagi ay horizontal. Okay. So, the direction of our velocity now, kung titingnan natin itong skier na to, na pinasakit yung ulo natin. So, yung skier na to, this is our direction, and this is our theta. Ito yung tangent line na tinutukoy ko sa inyo. Yan. Siya yun. Okay? So, hopefully nakikita ninyo. This line right here is the tangent line. Sabi mo, yung ating velocity is always aligned with the tangent line. Therefore, the angle theta here is equivalent, okay, to the inverse tangent. Ito yung sinolve natin nung kauna-unahan. Inverse tangent of y prime or the inverse tangent of our slope since coming from the horizontal. So, ang gagawin na lang ngayon natin is get the first derivative and then solve for the angle. So, our y prime, which is our slope, okay, that is the first derivative with respect to x ng x squared over 20. So, our y prime or our slope will be 2x over 20 or that is x over 10. Okay. According to the problem, our x is 10 meters. So, at x is equivalent to 10 meters, our y prime or our slope is equivalent to 1. Therefore, the angle of our velocity is just the inverse tangent of 1, which will give us 45 degrees. Okay? This is the answer for the first problem. Next, for letter B tayo, ang tinatanong ay angle ng acceleration and the magnitude of our acceleration. Kunin muna natin yung magnitude. Meron na tayong 80. Ang kailangan na lang natin ay si AN, which is equivalent to B squared over rho. Okay. Meron na tayong first derivative. Sabi natin y prime is x over 10. So para ma-solve si rho, ang kulang na lang natin ay si y double prime, which is 1 over 10. Okay? And according to our problem, at x is equal to 10 meters, our y prime is 1. Ayun, mga nasolve naman na natin. And our y double prime is still 1 over 10. So therefore, our rho is equivalent to 1 plus our y prime na 1 squared raised to 3 halves over 1 over 10 absolute. So our rho is bali 1 plus 1, 2 raised to 3 halves over 1 over 10, we have 28.284 meters. Therefore, our AN is, our velocity daw ay 6 meters per second. So, this is 6 squared over 28.284 meters. So, our AN is 1.2728 meters per second squared. So our A now, or the magnitude of our acceleration, is square root of 2 squared plus 1.2728 squared. So our acceleration is, we have 2.371 meters per second squared. This is our acceleration. So kung ito drawing natin, yung ating, kakasya ba? Kasya siguro. Yung ating point A, nandito yung ating AT. So, tangential siya. And according to our analysis kanina, since tangential siya, the angle from here is 45 degrees. Mukhang hindi to 45 degrees. Pero hayaan na natin. Okay, and then our normal acceleration is towards the, okay, this is our AN towards inside the our center of curvature. So this is our AN, this is our AT. So the magnitude of our A is nandito. Kasi mas malaki si AT, which is 2 kaysa kay AN. So mas malapit siya kay AT. So if we try to solve for this angle, let's call it beta. Di ba ang mangyayari dito, ito si AN. May triangle tayo. Ito si AT. Okay? So, yung triangle natin, we can solve for beta equivalent to inverse tangent of AN, okay, over AT. Kaso nga lang, ang hinahanap sa atin ng problem ay measured from the horizontal. So, measured mula dito. Okay? So, kunin muna natin si beta. So, our beta now is inverse tangent of our AN. Our AN is 1.2728. 1.2728 divided by 2. So our beta here is inverse tangent of 1.2728 over 2. We have 32.4726 degrees. So this is 32 degrees. Okay? And remember, this is 45 degrees. Mula sa horizontal, pababa, 45 degrees pa rin ito. Therefore, we can say na yung angle, let's call it alpha. So, alpha is the angle from the horizontal ng magnitude ng acceleration, that is 45 degrees, or that is yung na-compute nating theta minus beta, or our alpha is 45 degrees minus 32.47, we have 12.527 degrees. Okay? Kasi yung angle na 45 degree na to, ayan, so mukha siyang measured dito, pero that angle actually is ito, mula dito hanggang dito. Ito yung 45 degrees. Yung magnitude ng acceleration natin nakapagitna dyan. So ito, yung ating magnitude ng acceleration since nandito si 80, nandito si AN. Okay? So ito ngayon yung hinanap natin na alpha. Ito naman si beta. Okay? So the answer is 12.57. 12.527 degrees. And that's it for this sample problem. Next problem, sabi dito, a race car travels around a horizontal circular track that has a radius of 300 feet. If the car increases its speed at a constant rate of 7 feet per second squared starting from rest, okay, determine the time needed for it to reach an acceleration of 8 feet per second squared. What is its speed at this instant? Okay, medyo tricky kasi combination siya ng normal and tangential, and at the same time, constant acceleration, no? Okay? So, sabi ng problem, nagsimula daw tayo sa rest. So, the initial time is at 0. Okay? Our initial velocity is 0. And then, the radius is 300 feet. The car increases its speed at a constant rate of 7 feet per second squared. So, meron tayong tangential acceleration kasi ang ini-increase natin ay speed. And the tangential acceleration is 7 feet per second squared. Okay? Next, according to the problem, ilan daw yung oras or what is the time needed for it to reach an acceleration of 8 feet per second and the speed at this instant. So, ang tinatanong is time. Ano daw yung time kapag ka na-increase na natin yung ating tangential or yung ating acceleration to 8 feet per second squared. Okay? And then, ano daw yung velocity at this instant? Okay, so dalawang tanong given sa atin yung situation. Okay, so ano ba muna yung meron tayo? We have here a tangential acceleration. Eh ano tong 8 feet per second squared? Hindi sinabi ng problem kung ano si 8 feet per second squared. Since ang tangential acceleration natin, according to the problem, dapat ito ay consistent at a constant rate. Therefore, we can say na itong 8 feet per second squared, this is a magnitude of our acceleration. Kung magnitude ito ng ating acceleration, we can compute for the velocity and the time. Okay? So, let's solve this one. So, sabi natin, meron tayong magnitude of our acceleration. So, our A is A squared is equal to AT squared plus AN squared. Yan yung pinanggalingan nun eh. So, para makompute natin ngayon si AN, that becomes A squared minus AT squared. Then, nakapaloob sila sa isang square root. So, our AN is square root of 8 minus 8 squared minus 7 squared. So, 8 AN is 8, ang hirap gamitin ng kanan. 8 squared minus 7 squared. Square root of 15 or the normal acceleration is 3.8729 meters per second squared. And that AN is equivalent to B squared over rho. Okay. So, we can now solve for the velocity since may value tayo ng rho. So, our B is square root of AN rho, which is square root of, hindi kasya, ito na lang, B is square root of our AN. We have 3.8729 times our rho na 300 feet. Take note, the unit of this is feet. So, dito, feet din ito. So, okay tayo sa unit. Consistent na pare-parehong feet. So our velocity is square root ng 3.8729 times 300. We have here 34.0862 feet per second. Ano ba yung nangyari? Okay, paano natin to na-solve? Yung problem natin, binigyan tayo ng initial velocity at rest daw 0. Tapos binigyan tayo ng tangential acceleration kasi nag-i-increase daw yung ating velocity at a rate of 7 feet per seconds. Ngayon sabi niya, determine the time needed for it to reach an acceleration of 8 feet per second squared. Ano daw, ilang segundo daw para ma-reach natin yung acceleration na 8 feet per second squared. The challenge, hindi niya sinabi kung anong acceleration yon. Ito yung nakakalito. Okay? Pero ang alam natin, constant yung ating tangential acceleration. So, hindi to pwedeng maging tangential acceleration. At lalong hindi siya magiging normal acceleration. So, therefore, siya ay isang magnitude or resultant of our acceleration. So, ang sabi pala ng problem, hanapin natin yung time kung saan ang resultant ng ating acceleration ay 8 feet per second squared. Okay? Now, in doing so, mauuna kasi nating ma-solve yung speed. Na-solve natin yung speed, nagkataon na una talaga si speed na 34.08 feet, 0862 feet per seconds. And then from there, we can solve the time kung saan marireach nung ating particle, is this a particle, a car. Marireach nung car yung velocity na to coming from 0 seconds. So therefore, our final velocity is 34.0862 whereas our initial velocity is 0 and our acceleration is the tangential acceleration na 7 feet per second squared. Tinatanong lang sa atin ay time. So pwede tayong bumalik sa formula ng constant acceleration since this is constant. Okay? So sabi natin that is BF is equal to BO plus AT. Our BF is 34.0862 equal to 0 plus 7 times the time wherein our time is, divide lang pala natin to sa 7, 4.869 seconds. Okay? And that's it. That's the answer for this problem. Okay, next, last problem under curvilinear motion. We have here sample problem number 6. Sabi dito, the boxes travels along an industrial conveyor. If a box starts from rest at A and increases its speed such that AT is equivalent to 0.2 t meters per second squared, determine the magnitude of its acceleration when it arrives at point B. Ano daw yung magnitude ng acceleration at point B? Okay. So, we have here a conveyor belt. Nagsimula dito yung package, yung box, nag-travel siya hanggang sa marating niya yung point B. So, ang mangyayari sa atin dito is we can determine the time kung saan from point A marating niya si point B kasi it is a function of time. So, kailangan muna nating hanapin yung time sa kung saan marireach ng ating particle si point B. So, ang kailangan natin dito to solve for the magnitude of acceleration is hindi lang si AT. Aside from time, ang formula natin ay AT squared plus AN squared. Okay? So, kailangan din natin si normal acceleration. But first, let's solve for the time it takes for the box to meet point B. Okay? Kasi in function of time ito eh. So, in order for us to solve for this time, okay, or to solve for this tangential acceleration, we needed the time from this point to this point. So, ang una nating makikita dito is makukuha natin yung distance traveled. Okay? So, dito meron tayong 3 meters and dito meron na naman tayong 1/4 ng circle. So, our total distance traveled is 3 plus yung 1/4 ng circle which is 2 pi. Ang radius natin ay 2 meters. So, our total distance travel is 3 plus 1/4 ng 2 pi times 2 meters. That is 6.1415 meters. That is the distance traveled by the particle. Okay? Now, sabi natin, meron tayong formula ng tangential acceleration, our AT, that is dV over dt. So, therefore, dV is equivalent to AT dt. Okay? Integrating both sides, we have V is equivalent to integral of 0.2t dt or V is 0.1 t squared kasi magiging squared to divided by 2 ito so 0.1 na lang plus C. According to the problem, nagsimula tayo sa rest, therefore at time is equal to 0, our velocity is 0, so the velocity is equivalent sa 0.1 t squared. Okay, next. Our velocity is equivalent sa ds over dt. So, our ds is equivalent to v dt. Integrating both sides again, we have s is equivalent to our velocity is 0.1, so this becomes 0.1 over 3 t cubed plus c2. So, at t is equal to 0, our position is at A, so therefore that is 0. Okay? So that t is equal to 0, our position is at A, so s is equal to 0. So our C2 is also 0. So we can say that s is 0.1 over 3t cubed. And na-compute na natin si s kanina, that is 6.1415. So we have 6.1415 equivalent to 0.1 over 3 t cubed. So, t is magkakaroon tayo ng tatlong value ng time kasi naka-cube tayo. But this is definitely a cube root of 6.1415 times 3 over 0.1. We have the time equivalent to, ang unang binigay sa atin ng problem ay 5.69 seconds. So, 5.69 seconds. So, from here, na-get na natin or nakuha na natin yung time for the box to travel from point A to point B. We can solve for our AT. Our AT now is 0.2 times 5.69. So, our AT is, store ko muna to sa A, 0.2 alpha A, we have 1.138 meters per second squared. And our velocity is 0.1 t squared. So, 0.1 times 5.69 squared. So, the velocity is 0.1 alpha A squared, 3.238 meters per second. And the normal acceleration is v squared over rho, which will give us 3.238 meters per second squared over the radius at this point is 2 meters. So our AN becomes 3.238 squared over 2, 5.242 meters per second squared. So our acceleration is square root of 1.138 squared plus 5.242 squared. So our acceleration is square root of 1.138 squared plus 5.2242 squared. We have 5.36 meters per second squared. So that is our answer. Okay. So nasolve na natin to. Pero ano bang nangyari? Kwento muna natin. So yung box natin, nag-travel from point A to point B. Our acceleration daw is equivalent to 0.2t. Okay? So, every second, nadadagdagan yung ating acceleration. So, hindi ito kagaya ng mga previous problem. Since a function of t, yung ating acceleration, kailangan muna nating mahanap yung time mula dito sa point na to hanggang sa marating niya yung point B. From point A to point B. Okay? Ang alam pa lang natin dyan ay distance, kaya kinuha na natin agad yung distance kasi madali nating makukuha, baka magamit natin. Okay? Pagkakuha natin ng distance, ibinaba natin yung acceleration papunta kay velocity, okay? At ibinaba natin siya papunta kay time using differentiation, di ba? So, with respect to time. So, dinifferentiate natin siya with respect to time. Okay? Para makuha natin, yung ating position S. Pagdating sa position S, nakuha nating formula of S is 0.1 t cube. So in this case, makukuha na natin yung time para ma-reach natin yung ating distance na ito. Okay? Pag na-reach natin yung distance na to, we get the time. Okay? Then yung time, isa-substitute na lang natin sa value of sa t, sa lahat ng variable t. Okay? So now, we solve for the tangential acceleration. Then, to solve for the normal acceleration, kailangan mo muna ng velocity. Kaya sinolve muna natin si velocity. Sinubstitute natin for the formula of normal acceleration, then we get the value of the magnitude of acceleration. And that's the end of the problem. Alright? So again, this is normal and tangential component of acceleration. So I hope to see you again on our next topic, which is the absolute dependent motion analysis and then the relative motion of two translating axes.